Have you ever noticed that two people can eat the exact same breakfast and get completely different results? One person drops weight steadily, the other stays stuck, frustrated, and confused. Dr. Leana sees this pattern constantly, and the answer has almost nothing to do with willpower or calories. It comes down to something happening inside your body within the first 30 minutes of waking up. And once you understand it, everything about your mornings will make more sense. Here is the truth that most health content never explains properly. Your body runs on hormonal signals, not intentions. You can eat something that sounds perfectly healthy and still be unknowingly triggering a response that keeps your body locked in fat storage mode for the entire day. That is the real reason so many people feel like they are doing everything right, but seeing absolutely nothing change on the scale. And eggs sit right at the center of this conversation, because eggs are genuinely one of the most metabolically favorable foods a human being can eat for breakfast, but only when they are used correctly. Let us start with what is actually happening hormonally when you wake up. Your body has been fasting all night. Cortisol is slightly elevated to wake you up. Your blood sugar is at its lowest point of the day, and your insulin levels are low, which means your body is technically primed and ready to burn stored fat. That window right there is precious. What you eat in the next 30 to 60 minutes either extends that fat-burning window or slams it shut. Eggs extend it. A 2 or 3 egg breakfast with no sugar and no refined carbohydrates keeps insulin low, keeps your metabolism in a favorable state, and allows your body to continue using stored fat as fuel. This is not a gimmick. This is basic hormonal biology. Now, here is where Dr. Leana wants you to pay close attention, because this is the part most people completely miss. Eggs alone are powerful, but the full picture is about what surrounds them on your plate. Protein is the main event with eggs, and that protein does something remarkable inside your body. It triggers satiety hormones, specifically peptide Y and GLP-1, which are hormones that tell your brain you are full and satisfied. This is why people who eat eggs for breakfast consistently report not feeling hungry again for 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours. Compare that to a bowl of oatmeal, a banana, or a yogurt parfait with granola. All foods marketed heavily as healthy breakfast choices, and the difference in hunger suppression is dramatic. Those foods spike blood sugar, trigger a sharp insulin response, and within 90 minutes, your body is signaling hunger again because the fuel burned too fast. Eggs burn slow. They are a metabolic slow burn, and that steadiness is exactly what your body needs to shift into genuine fat loss mode. But now, Dr. Leana needs to address the mistake that is silently keeping millions of people from seeing results. It is not that they are eating eggs wrong. It is that they are eating eggs alongside foods that undo the entire benefit. A glass of orange juice seems innocent. It is natural, it is fruit, it feels healthy. But that glass contains as much sugar as a can of soda, and it hits your bloodstream almost as fast. The moment that sugar arrives, your pancreas releases insulin, your body shifts into storage mode, and the fat-burning window you had is gone. Same goes for toast, even whole grain toast, which still converts to glucose quickly enough to trigger that same hormonal response. Jam, flavored creamers in your coffee, a small bowl of cereal on the side. These are the additions that feel harmless, but are physiologically significant. The perfect egg breakfast that Dr. Leana recommends is simple and does not require complicated cooking or expensive ingredients. Start with 2 to 3 whole eggs because the yolk contains choline, healthy fats, and fat-soluble vitamins that the white alone does not provide. Cook them in a small amount of olive oil or prepare them any way you enjoy. Add vegetables alongside them because fiber from spinach, zucchini, peppers, mushrooms, or tomatoes slows digestion even further, blunts any minor blood sugar response, and adds volume to your meal without adding sugar or refined carbohydrates. Drink black coffee, plain tea, or water. That is the framework. Protein, healthy fat, fiber, no sugar. When you build breakfast around those 4 pillars, your body gets a clear hormonal signal that it is safe to burn stored energy because incoming fuel is steady and sufficient. There is no need to panic, no need to store, no need to trigger cravings 2 hours later. Now, Dr. Leana wants to address portion awareness because this is where people on both ends of the spectrum get tripped up. Some people eat too little, thinking smaller is always better, and then they are ravenous by 10 in the morning and make poor choices. 2 eggs is a light breakfast, appropriate for smaller or less active individuals. 3 eggs is the sweet spot for most adults aiming for fat loss. 4 eggs works well for people who are physically active or have higher protein needs. You do not need to obsessively count calories at every meal, but you should pay attention to one simple signal. If you finish breakfast and feel genuinely satisfied for at least 3 hours, you did it right. If you are hungry again within 90 minutes, something in that breakfast spiked your blood sugar and crashed it, and you need to adjust. There is also something important to understand about how breakfast shapes the rest of your entire day, and DoctorLeana considers this one of the most underappreciated facts in nutrition. When your first meal keeps blood sugar stable, your second meal becomes easier to control. Your afternoon energy does not crash. Your evening cravings quiet down. Your desire to reach for something sweet after dinner diminishes significantly. But when breakfast triggers a blood sugar spike and crash, that cycle of craving, eating, spiking, crashing, and craving again repeats itself across the entire day. And by 9 at night, you are overeating because your biology has been dysregulated since 7 in the morning. One meal starts a chain reaction that either works for you or against you all day long. Eggs eaten properly start a chain reaction that works in your favor. The science behind this is not new or controversial. Multiple clinical studies have compared egg breakfasts to carbohydrate-based breakfasts and consistently found that the egg group reports lower hunger, consumes fewer total calories throughout the day, and shows more favorable insulin and blood sugar patterns. What is surprising is that despite this evidence, breakfast cereal and toast and fruit juice are still marketed as the gold standard morning meal, while eggs get debated and second-guessed. DoctorLeana wants you to walk away from this with one crystal clear takeaway that you can apply starting tomorrow morning. Eggs are not the variable that determines whether you lose weight or not. The foods you pair with eggs are the variable. Eggs with vegetables and black coffee is a fat loss breakfast. Eggs with toast, juice, and jam is a fat storage breakfast. The eggs are identical in both scenarios. The outcome is completely different. That one distinction, understood and applied consistently, is what separates people who finally start losing weight from people who stay confused and stuck for years. Leave a comment and tell DoctorLeana what you are currently eating alongside your eggs, because the answer might reveal exactly why your results have stalled. And if this opened your eyes, the next video is essential watching, because what happens to your body when you eat eggs every single day for 30 days straight is something most doctors never take the time to explain.